Welcome to the JSPT Sports Talk Podcast, episode number 185. No, not actually. But yeah, it's still like I said in the last episode, I'm recording another one right after that one, because that one got a little bit long-winded. And welcome. It's fucking May 19th. And music in this episode will be provided by Keto. We'll have links in the description. Homie has recently released more music on his SoundCloud and Bandcamp. So check that shit out. We're gonna also link the Bandcamp in the description too. We're gonna try to. Hopefully we remember to. But yeah, hope you enjoy today's episode. Hope you enjoy the music, and let's get into this shit. So in the last one we talked about like all the UFC stuff, and this one we're gonna talk about returns to sports and what that might look like, and I'm going to reflect a little bit on the Last Dance documentary series as a whole. So yeah, I guess let's go. So Mike Tyson has revealed footage of him training, and it's honestly very impressive. Dude's old, and he's beating the shit out of pads. And he looks good. He looks good. He looks sharp. But just then he released another clip where he's like, I'm back at the end of it. And it's like, back to what, nigga? Like, I hope we're not talking about trying to fight somebody. But apparently, yeah, that's what he's trying to do. And so is Vander Holyfield. He's been training again. He's trying to fight somebody too. It looks like they might try to fight each other. I know they're homies, but that might be like a nice little exhibition type of thing they might want to do. And I mean, the way I feel about it is, someone stop these old niggas. Like, for real, bro. They need to not. The only way I'll accept it is if they fight each other, I guess. But if they fight anybody else, like, no. Because I know they care about each other, so they're not going to kill each other. But anyone else, I mean, just in general, I don't support this shit. I don't think it's a good idea. Fucking James Toney, I think. Also, like, I'm so sorry. I keep yawning. It's fucking 5:16 in the afternoon. I have no idea why I'm just yawning like it's bedtime or early morning, whatever. This is just not okay. These old niggas need to stop. But whatever. I guess that's all I gotta say about it. I just think it's just not okay. But anyway, moving on to more returns to sports. Seems like the UFC is really inspired motherfuckers to try to get their money and start playing again. I think soccer's getting played again in like Germany or some shit. I don't know. I heard something about it in passing. I don't really care about soccer. And then then you got the MLB. Fucking MLB has plans on like returning in like early July or some shit, on like July 4th or something. That was the last thing I heard. So I guess that's good for all the baseball fans. And the NBA is also trying to work on something. And fucking hell, even NASCAR like had an event. I think it's past Sunday. There was no one there. Like, and I think that's kind of what all these things are going for. Just having the sport go on, broadcast it, but no fans and and like minimal staff. I think that's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's something that we should probably get to. Stuff is starting to reopen anyway, so I think that's perfectly fine. Because the last thing you'd want is one of these certain sports leagues like literally fall apart financially, like actually fall apart financially because of because we're in for one hell of a economic like it's already begun. We're in for one hell of an economic like shitstorm globally, and you at least want to have stuff like sports still surviving. I know some people might be like, oh, that's not important, but it is important because people need that release. People like to watch sports. So you need that release, you need that entertainment. And it's that is a huge medium, and that is a lot of people. If say like NHL just died, just didn't exist anymore. There are millions and millions of hockey fans who are going to be devastated. That's and like that's emotional. That's emotional and like psychological turmoil to an extent. where it's like, yo, I don't have my main thing. My main thing that I like is just gone. You know what I mean? Like imagine like, well, I don't know. I can't really say like Harry Potter or something like that because like those books are all forever, you know. But yeah, memory of it is forever, but that's different. But having live sports is important to the human condition, and it's just a super important part of society now. And yeah, and the sooner it can return safely, and I think the measures of not having fans and stuff like that is safe enough, the better. Um, but yeah, so yeah, and yeah, and I think it's interesting too, like NASCAR. Like, is it even a sport? It's just niggas driving, right? But I don't know. I gotta check out a NASCAR race and see if I can get behind it. 'Cause I don't know. I don't know. It's weird to me. It's like it's just a whole bunch of fast cars, and one guy's a little bit better at maneuver. Like, aren't they all like the same speed car? So it's like it's just one guy's a little bit like a little bit better at like maneuvering around the other ones, so he doesn't crash but can stay in the front. Or like, how do you win a? And can I just make a faster car that just beat everybody else's car, or is like a limit on how fast the car can be? I don't fucking know. All the cars look the same too. I don't know. Whatever. Um, and yeah. So I guess we could just talk about the NBA and the Last Dance. This is a quick one actually. Damn, I just realized this is gonna be a really, really short one. But yeah. So Last Dance documentary. The series is over. It's done. It's finito. It's finished. And It's an interesting thing. I guess. I think if you were already a big fan of basketball and you studied like into the 90s and Michael Jordan's career, then you probably didn't learn too much. You might have learned like specifics on when certain events happened. Like for me, I knew that Dennis Rodman did like I knew he did the whole like WWE thing. I didn't know it was in the middle of the goddamn finals. So that's funny. That's something that I learned. Like the timing of that, right? But in general, like you're not learning. I didn't learn a crazy amount, but just to see it presented in that way and in the documentary was just great. It's the the series is really moving. Excuse me, I have burped. But yeah, the series is really moving. If I'm being dead ass, like it gets me going. It fills me with that same sort of like young feeling I had when I first discovered Michael Jordan when I was in like it's like 11 or 12, first discovered Michael Jordan and all that, and just like that feeling of like, oh, like like just admiring the beauty of basketball as a sport, and it really gets you moving. It moves you, and it really gets you like emotionally invested. Um, it gets you inspired, it gets you motivated, and it gets you like appreciative. And I mean, those are all good things to feel, especially right now with what's going on in the world. So, and if you're listening to this shit, like, I don't know, some time capsule, and you're like 30 years in the future and you don't know what I'm talking about, like, you don't know what was going on May 19th, 2020. I'm talking about COVID-19, the coronavirus. Uh, and yeah, I mean, it's just, it's great. I personally think it's a little bit unfortunate in the way I had to watch it. Because I watched the first 2 weeks with my parents, with my mom and my dad, right? But due to the way that my dad likes to like, he has like a jailbroken like Amazon Fire Stick. So and the shit just went on the fritz on like the third week. Like we couldn't really watch it clearly. So I was like, fuck this. Like let's just watch this tomorrow or whatever, right? When it hits like ESPN Plus. Um, which we actually pay for, right? So and we just didn't get around to it. We didn't watch it. And then after that, the subsequent weeks they just fell off. But I've continued to watch it the day after or like the next morning. But so that's a little like that for me sucks a little bit because it was a thing where it was like, okay, this is something me and my parents are both watching, and that was nice to have that right now in this quarantine and shit. But fuck it, at least I got those first 4 episodes in with them, and I can always watch those other episodes later with them. So we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I mean, just in The bottom line is, if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. You don't even have to be a basketball fan or a Michael Jordan fan. And if at the end of this you still feel like he's not the GOAT, there's no convincing you. It's just that simple. You're crazy and you need to be beat. And yeah, man, he's just that. Do to something else. Um, and it's really nice to just witness a level of like greatness that is just so astronomically high. But with this documentary, they peeled back the layers of what made him like human. Obviously they didn't tell us everything, but nothing ever will. Michael's super secretive, which I think also shows more like humanity, to him. He's like, I don't want everybody up in all my business. So I think it's more human than a lot of celebrities, if we're being honest here. But yeah, it was great. And I want to thank the basketball guys for giving it to us. And I can't wait for the Kobe equivalent. Everybody's talking about a LeBron equivalent. Fuck that. I can wait on that. The nigga's still playing. You know what I'm saying? He's still playing. He's alive, nigga. Like, fuck. I can wait on the LeBron one. Plus, the LeBron one, that one would be even less historically, like, helpful to me, I think, in a way, because, like, LeBron, I mean, potentially, there's plenty of shit that they can show and teach us and tell us about LeBron, right? But LeBron lives in an era where like these ball players, every movement is more documented because of social media and such. Hell, he even documents his shit. Taco Tuesday, you know what I mean? In Jordan's house, Taco Tuesday would have been a secret until we found out about it now. You know what I mean? And even then, Jordan didn't go too deep into his personal life with his family or like his kids and shit. So, we saw his kids like in one episode. It was also nice to see them because I had seen them years ago and was like older. But yeah, so I feel like the LeBron one might not be as insightful, or like it might not put us onto as much shit. But then again, there's more cameras around nowadays, so there could be a lot more moments, a lot more private moments that motherfuckers could pull off their phones and shit, and you can like round all that up, But I'm in no rush for anything LeBron. I want to see a Kobe one because Kobe through most of Kobe's career, I wasn't into basketball. Hell, I was pretty young for a lot of it too. You know what I mean? Being born in '97 and getting into basketball in like 2010-ish or some shit. Was it 2010? When did LeBron join the Heat? Let's see. LeBron to Miami. Okay, this is not helpful. Let's just go on the Wikipedia page, right? And scroll down to his years with the Heat. 2010. All right, yeah. So I do remember. So yeah, being a ball fan from 2010 on, I wasn't there for most of Kobe's career. So a documentary done like this with Kobe Bryant would be amazing. I think that'll be a lot more valuable to the world. And I think it'll also be interesting because we'll get to see another one of those like crazy ass, fanatic ass, like win by any means mindsets. Maybe one that might be even more extreme, honestly. They could really talk about how Kobe practiced and all. Like Michael was crazy, but Michael was extremely driven. I think Kobe was actually crazy. So let me fix that. I think Michael was extremely driven more than any sane person could be. And I think Kobe was over that. Just a bit, was just into that realm of insanity where it was like, okay, this nigga's crazy. Like if he saw anyone like mental health wise, they'd probably be like, yeah, Kobe, you have a problem. But and I'm also in the middle of like reading Kobe Bryant's like biography and all that shit. And I read Michael Jordan's biography like a year ago. So that combined with seeing probably any other documentary about Michael Jordan and watching a whole bunch of like highlights and all that other shit. I mean, like I said, I didn't learn too much from this documentary, but it gave nice insights into like the interpersonal shit. Oh, and the like his whole relationship with that man, Gus, or I think it was Gus, the guy who suffered from cancer and all that stuff, and who became a father figure for Michael Jordan in like the later years of his career, especially. Yeah, that one hit on the heartstrings and such a lot more for me because, in case you didn't know, I had cancer. I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma senior year of high school, so 2015. So anybody just sprinkling cancer and anything, and I'm just like, I'm putty. I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's so sad. So so yeah, it was great. Guess that's it. I'm done dragging this. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Check out The Last Dance if you haven't seen it. Check out Keto's music. And fuck you. Yeah. Yeah, I said it. You heard me. Fuck you, bitch ass motherfucker. I'm just dragging this. I'm trying to get the bot out of the chat so I can. Okay, there we go. All right, bye guys. Take care.